Since the dawn of America, our country has upheld its melting pot values. We allow everybody, natural-born citizens and immigrants, to have basic human rights. The United States has attracted people from all over the world in pursuit of the American dream. The first Chinese immigrants to Chicago arrived in the early 1870s from China, lured by job opportunities abroad in the face of economic crisis in southern China. To give myself deeper knowledge of language and how it's used in ethnic neighborhoods, I spent an afternoon in Chinatown, observing the environment and speaking with different residents. A lot of people think that English should be the official language of the United States, but by doing so, we are suppressing other cultures. During America's conception, many languages were spoken. In fact, the original Articles of Confederation were written in both English and German to embrace the German population. Areas like Chinatown only exist because our country allows other languages to thrive. Americans have always subscribed to the idea of exceptionalism, that we're qualitatively different from other countries. We encourage language and culture in our country, which makes us unique and exceptional. Mara Mujica, CEO of US English Incorporated, has said, opponents of the movement of implementing an official language law fear that laws forbidding the use of other languages could violate civil liberties. Many street signs and outdoor signs for businesses in Chinatown are written in both English and Chinese in order to help residents go about their daily lives. Switching every official sign to English would not only be costly, but it would be impractical as well. In addition, once an official language law is passed, thousands of Americans would be excluded from our democratic system. Ballots now are printed in several languages, allowing any citizen to vote in elections. However, an English language law would mean that all ballots would be printed in English, making it so that 9% of our population who could only speak limited English wouldn't have a say in our government. Under the Civil Rights Act of 1964, it is unconstitutional to limit government services for minorities. Enforcing language laws could potentially be dangerous as well. In the event of a natural disaster or terrorist attack, government officials must be able to communicate effectively to ensure safety. A single language law would only convey messages and warnings in English and would put non-English speakers in danger. The government must work to protect all of us, not only the majority. Ethnic neighborhoods where other languages and cultures are allowed to thrive are beneficial for society. Many first-generation immigrants have a difficult time transitioning into American life. Upon discussion with my food server, who is fluent in both English and Chinese, I found that many Chinese immigrants prefer moving into a Chinese community. These types of communities give new immigrants the opportunity to ease into American life so that they can gradually adjust to new languages and cultures. Enacting an official language law would eventually wipe out foreign languages in the United States. First-generation immigrants communicate with their children in their native language, but once a generation begins going through an English-only society, they have no reason to use other languages outside of their home. Second-generation immigrants would have no reason to teach their kids languages other than English, so by the third generation the language is dead. This is important because protecting a language is critical in order to preserve a culture. It is universally believed that learning English is beneficial, so forcing English learning is impractical. English is the language of business, higher education, diplomacy, aviation, the internet, science, popular culture, entertainment, and international travel. In Chinatown, much of the working community is fluent in English or is able to speak enough to get by. In their neighborhood, it's necessary to learn to speak both English and Chinese because of the array of people that visit Chinatown. Chinatown residents are aware of their language situation in an ethnic neighborhood, and they know that in order to move up the socioeconomic ladder, they must learn English. For years, immigrants have moved to the United States to contribute to this great nation and to create a better life for their family. If Congress declares English the national language, they will be turning their backs on this common dream as well as their responsibility for the safety and security of the entire nation. In a country founded by principles of acceptance and diversity, it is unnecessary and irresponsible to enact a law that would establish English as the national language. Allowing other cultures to thrive in American society is what makes our country exceptional. Neighborhoods such as Chinatown were established because of shared language and culture. It should be out of the question to turn against our American values.